you a couple funny stories that those of you who have never worked for Disney might not know. In the Disney Magic Kingdom, which is what the video focuses on, the entire Magic Kingdom is actually on the second level of the grounds. There's actually an entire level underneath that is all mazes. And you can get completely lost. And one of the fun things that we would do as employees is we'd walk around the mazes, and you can't even find your way home. There's no signs or anything. You can get completely lost down there. But it's so fun because every so often they have stairwell up to the Magic Kingdom park. And you walk up and you come out these random places, like through a window in you know, an area, or you come out through just these really odd places. And so that's one thing that I think is really interesting about Disney. The other thing I have to tell you is, they'll talk about it on the video, is they have Disney University, and all the employees go through it. And one of the things you do is you go down to these tunnels that I've been talking about. And I remember it was my first day on the job, and I was all excited, and I walked down there, and I'm ready to, you know, get ready, and I have the Disney pixie dust fever and all this, and I walk downstairs, and I see Snow White smoking, and I see Chip and Dale with their heads off cussing. And I was so bummed because that is just not what I pictured for Disney. But so you see things that you don't ever see down there. And that was an interesting thing. Anyway, there's stories and stories that I could tell you about Disney World, but I'd much rather you see this video. And what I would like you to do is to assess and internalize what you see is applicable in this video that we just talked about. Try to apply the organizational communication theory that we just talked about to this video.
If you're looking for excellence in American business, this parade is a good place to start. The best-loved characters ever created are strutting their stuff down Main Street at Walt Disney World, and people are having the time of their lives. Disney Productions theme parks are designed and managed with only one thing in mind: satisfying the customer. When it comes to providing an entertainment vacation land for the whole family, Disney has no peer. Here in Orlando, Florida, the gates to Walt Disney World open at 9 a.m. every day of the year. In less than an hour, the grounds are mobbed. On a busy summer day, more than 100,000 people will converge on the park. The price of a one-day ticket to the Magic Kingdom or Epcot Center is $18.
Hi, 5 adults for Magic Kingdom one day.
But most folks buy a 3- or 4-day pass, stay on the property at one of 3 Disney-owned hotels, and eat their meals in Disney restaurants. Last year, the park hosted 23 million people from all over the world and took in gross receipts of $730 million. What is it that attracts people in these numbers? In a word, the irresistible magic of Disney make-believe. Mickey Mouse, the park trademark, is the emblem of that magic. When a Disney executive takes you out to lunch and tells you it's on the mouse, he's not kidding. But how is it possible to sustain a seamless world of make-believe in the midst of this teeming crowd? The Disney solution to this challenge is one of the best examples in American business of how a large company communicates its values to its employees. The world of make-believe isn't real. It's a continuous performance occurring all around you. The physical park is a giant stage. But to come alive, a stage needs performers. What Disney does better than anyone else in the business is train its employees to be performers in a live show.
Come on, raise them real high. Repeat after me. I hope we never return. Okay, keep it in mind. We'll be in good shape. As we leave civilization behind, we enter the mighty Amazon River of South America. Oh, look at this. We're moving into a pool of dangerous hippopotami. They can easily upset our boats. Now watch out for these guys. They are dangerous. They've been sinking our boats all week long. There's a charger on the left, and another one's on the right side. Uh-oh, hey, crew. Shh. We're in headhunter territory now, yes.
Every smallest detail of the company's elaborate training program is designed to create an awareness in its employees that Walt Disney World is, above all, show business.
Bye-bye, crew. Bye-bye. 10 minutes in the jungle and you forget your manners. Oh, savage.
There is no personnel office here. You are hired at Central Casting. And on day one as a new hire, everyone is required to take Traditions 1 at Walt Disney University.
Does anybody know all 7 dwarfs? Anybody got all 7 dwarfs? Go ahead.
Dot, sneezy, grumpy, dopey, sleepy, happy, and droopy.
Nope. We got 6 out of 7. What's the 7th one? Bashful. That's right. There's no Godzilla.
The day begins with apparently trivial pursuits, but there is method here. As the trainer drills his class about Mickey and Snow White and Fantasia, he enfolds them in Walt Disney's vision of the Magic Kingdom. He creates the illusion that Walt himself is present in the room, welcoming the new hires to his personal domain. The object is to make these new employees feel like partners with the park's founder, sharing a mission to create the most wonderful place in the world.
And if you went to Tomorrowland, you could...
There is no better example of how a large company instills values in its employees.
And of course, he made sure he kept the place clean. He made sure it was simple and unconfusing. He made sure that he gave the people a good value for the dollar that they spent when they visited Disneyland. And most of all, he made sure that all of his employees were friendly, polite, courteous, and helpful. Just grab a seat, make yourself comfortable.
After lunch, the class moves to a small theater, the perfect
sleep.
setting in which to learn that they are all to be players in a live performance.
What business are we in? You know, everybody knows that McDonald's makes hamburgers, General Motors makes automobiles, Sony makes TVs, but what does Disney make? Makes people happy, exactly. Doesn't matter who they are, where they come from, what they do, what language they speak, what color they are, or anything else. We're here to make them happy. Nobody's been hired for a job. Everybody has been cast for a role in our show. Because of that, everyone is a cast member. You're all hosts and hostesses. There's no custodians, no cops, there's no bellboys or anything else. Everybody's a host and a hostess. We also work on stage. We take a break, we go backstage. We wear a costume, not a uniform. Of course, we deal with an audience, not a crowd. That audience is made up of guests and of visitors, not of tourists. It reminds us what business we're in. We are in show business. We are in entertainment.
On stage, off stage, a simple distinction that Disney drums into its employees endlessly. Walt Disney saw to it that the stage itself, what customers see as they move through the park, was what he called picture perfect. There are props, backdrops, lights, and everything else that goes into a giant production, but all is hidden from sight. In the days when Disney toured the park in person, he made certain that nothing was allowed to mar the picture. Today, 17 years after his death, custodial crews sweep and polish the park around the clock. Off stage at Walt Disney World is really understage. The park is elevated. At ground level, beneath it, runs a maze of tunnels called the Underpark. Located down here is the computer center which controls the rides, a cafeteria for employees, and the wardrobe department.